Your tomorrow gonna be better than today.
Gonna be better than today.
Hallelujah.
Your tomorrow gonna be better than today.
Gonna be better than today.
Hallelujah.
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 Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I'm so glad Yahweh defend me. I'm so glad Yahweh defend me.
Shalom. Yearly SABBATH Shalom. It's an honor and privilege to be here this marvelous Layil part of Yahweh's yearly feast day. Praise the mighty Yah. Passover, Pesach, dam and fire. You must be covered by the blood and have that fire, that prudent zeal. That blood, as you sing, you see how warm it gets. It's that ruah of fire. Yahweh's power short. We are here, we are welcome to Yahweh's Speak television show. So this is Yah's Pesach. We are here honoring Yahweh to partake in the foot washing ceremony and taking up Yahim and the lechem, the bread. The Yahim is your dam, and the lechem is his gibeah. Praise the mighty Yah. He said, you have no part, take no part of it. You are not of him. And he said, examine yourself. See, are you worthy to be part of it? I remember I was coming into it. I felt like I wasn't worthy, but I took partake, because if I waited on myself, I wouldn't have that worthy. Praise the mighty Yah. Let the Ruach rules and change you. So I want to go start off with some nuggets. As our Raw Micaiah would say, golden nugget, and Messenger Daniel Davis, and many other nuggets. So I want to go that the Ruach had taken me to have some nuggets. Let's go to Genesis. Genesis chapter 1, Bereshit, chapter 1. And when we say Adam means Iyshshah and Zakah, mankind. So brothers, don't get it twisted when I say Adam. I'm not talking about man, I'm talking about his creation and his band. Y'all gonna speak to you to let you know, are you a band of his, or are you your daddy the devil? It's sad to hear that some of these Adam let other Adam stop their Yahshua, they walk. They rather listen to the creation than the creator. Leaning to their own stinking understanding. Get smarter they smarter than y'all. Y'all know what's best for you. Shame on you. Y'all don't have no punks. You better than future leaders and warriors. Men, women, and zakat. That's it. To get this marvelous work done about saving someone. It's not about us. We've been bought with a price. I'm representing y'all like the Lion of Yahudah. Boulder, my brothers and sisters came before me, they was my bumper. So it's all y'all say, unleash the Lion of Yahudah. So my people could be put, awakening to shame so that they'll stop and represent. Holla Yahweh. Let's go to Genesis. You don't believe from Genesis to Revelation, you don't believe, you believe in your daddy. Hasatan, the deceiver of the world, not us anymore. We have been awakened. And he wants to provoke you to anger so you can be provoked to righteousness. Speak. Hallelujah. Genesis chapter 1. Genesis chapter 1, read verses 26 to 28.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. And Elohim said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Hallelujah. And Elohim, let us make Adam in our image, after our likeness. Let them have dominion. Let them. He wants you to get it, Israel, and all these other religious men. He wants you to get it. Them. He wants you to get it. We need everybody aboard to stand. All we do is stand against Hasatan. We wrestle not with the flesh and dam. It's against the prince of this world, and people in high places doing his work. He's doing his work through them. That's all we standing up again. Y'all's truth image the bottom. Genesis to Revelation, that's it. That's on you. If you don't want it, you don't be straight with y'all, that's on you. You're gonna have to answer to that. But we here bring his truth and let you know. Yeah, Aaron, we are our brother's keeper. So we pull in your coattails so you can come through this marvelous walk. It's a wonderful walk, journey, experience with our Yahweh. Let him in to experience all this. Continue.
So, verse 27. So Elohim created man in his own image. In the image of Elohim created he him. Male and female created he them.
So Elohim bara Adam in his own image. In his own image, what is the image? A reflection of him. Made exactly to the T of him. His own image. In the image of Elohim bara he, him, male and female bara he, them.
Yes, he did.
Them. These those that had dominion, they was Akkad. Like the Iysh and Iyshshah ministry we had, and the Ox and Akkad. Akkad to do this work that he called us to do. That's on you. You want to be a whippy y'all down? That's on you. Y'all can't use you wholly because you are in the carnality of your flesh mind. Won't surrender to the Ruach and beat down that flesh every day, all day. It's a must. Continue.
Verse 28. And Elohim blessed them. And Elohim said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth.
Hallelujah. And Elohim Baraka them, and Elohim Amar to them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the high air and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, over every kaya thing that moveth upon the earth. That's a wicked Adam. Over everything. Whoa, they say women over everything. That is against our Yahweh. That's it. You know? That's just it. He telling them, do that. Hey, they not exalting their authority. They was giving it. You not doing it. That you read throughout this book with Adam whimpered out, the Iyshshah had to step up. Because Yah was finna do some hurt on Israel. And he's still doing it because they sleeping, and you want to think you smarter than Yah and think you can pick and choose and give to people lies of your daddy the devil. That's who you serve. You're in the flesh. You ain't in the Ruach. You live in carnal, path, flesh. That's why you can't do this walk, get upset and offended. We take no offense, so we ain't offended. Bring it on, devil. Through you all. Your daddy has some time. Praise the mighty Yah. Genesis chapter 3. Genesis chapter 3. Genesis chapter 3, verses 9 to 11, and it reads.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 9. And Yahweh Elohim called unto Adam, and said unto him, where art thou? Verse 10. And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. Verse 11. And he said, who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat?
Praise the mighty Yah. They say it out. And Yahweh Elohim Karal unto Adam and Aman to Adam, where art thou? And Adam Aman, I shema thy voice in the garden. I was afraid because I was naked. I hid myself. And Yahweh Aman, who told thee that thou was naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree wherefore I sabbath? When Yah writes it or say it, it's a command. That sabbath that thou should not eat. This is setting up to where he gonna give the first Pesach, to cover up the blood and the spirit and the fire. This is setting it up. Skip down to verse 21, and it reads.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 21. Unto Adam also and to his wife did Yahweh Elohim make coats of skins and clothe them.
Praise the mighty Yah. Unto Adam, unto his Iyshshah. He didn't leave her naked. And did Yahweh Elohim make coats of skin and clothe them. This was the first, sacrifice of an animal that he had, there was blood to be shed. Without blood, there's no remission of hata'ah. And then that fire, because it's life in the blood. It's fire.
Hallelujah.
You feel that you don't have that fire in that dam, you just a walking dead. That's it. It's fire with the ruach hakadat. It's cat, blood and fire. This is the way he first covered us with our mother and father with the dam. So make it all told, because they were sentenced to death. But he loves us that much. He had sacrificed one of his innocent animals for us. Just the shadow of the coming. Old is the shadow of the new. It just sets you up to obey to Yahshua and all these different prophets and all, sets you up with different things in the new. They hand in hand. It's one book. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to Psalms chapter 44. Psalms chapter 44. We are bringing Yahweh present truth to this raw age. That's all it's about. It has already been present. But Israel fell so miserably, the world is turned up down, because of this, but they were redeemed from them. And then, as he gave it to us, the oracles, they refused to do it. They thought because they was physical Israel, he wasn't going to do nothing to them. He kept warning them, give them chance after chance. Let's go to Psalms chapter 44. Psalms chapter 44 and one verse. Chapter 11.
Okay, Psalms chapter 44, verse 11. Thou hast given us like sheep appointed for meat, and hast scattered us among the heathen.
That's it. They like say blood and fire. What they do, they been trying to destroy us. That's shedding of blood. That blood, that precious fire, that ruach. They're going to try to kill you. He has scattered us like meat. What meat has? Blood. And then blood, he said, there's life in the dam. He said, don't eat it, drink it, or nothing. Like some people think you high delicate food where it's blood. He just said, y'all eat SABBATH. Don't eat it, because there's in the dam. The fire of life, ruach hakadat, come to stir up that dam. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to Jeremiah. Yah chapter 9. Jeremiah, chapter 9, verse 16, and it reads.
Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 16. I will scatter them also among the heathen, whom neither they nor their fathers have known. And I will send a sword after them till I have consumed them.
Look around Israel. That's that blood. You know, the shed that blood and that fire. That's it. It's life in the guy. But hey, for being disobedient, he pronounced this on us. Yeah. Look around our neighborhood. Look around. The sword is out there. Because they sleep in Israel, and these ones that's awake, foolishly, they're hating with each other over the name, you know. He said, keep these feast days in your land of captivity so it can go well with you. We are blessed. We are barakah. We are. You know, to be told this present truth in this raw time. It's always been present. It's a blessing to be we had entered into his rest. It's light and easy, baby. Yes, breezy, breezy. That's it. Praise the mighty Yah. Yeah. Let's go to Revelations. Revelations chapter 22. Revelation chapter 22. Revelation chapter 22 verses 14 to 17, and it reads.
Revelations chapter 22 verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have the right, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city.
Hallelujah. He bestowed that tree of life back to us. He said, correct are they that do my mitzvah. that they may have Yahweh to the tree of God. They may enter in through the gates into the city. Ain't no other way. You can't climb over. You can't buy your way out of it. You want your reward now, but when you move, you're going to be in a lake of fire. You better come on, repent, and confess, and come back and serve him wholeheartedly, like our Raw Micaiah, Yah man, like the brothers that in the books, all throughout the book. Yah man.
Thank you.
If you a male, that's what you are, a male. If you ain't serving Yah, you ain't no man. You ain't no man. You're a man when you serving Yah. Standing for thus says Yah from Genesis to Revelation. That's Yah man. Hallelujah. Continue.
Verse 15, for without are dogs.
Look at that, what he called you.
Dogs.
Continue.
And sorcerers, and whoremongers, and murderers, and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie.
Look at that. He's talking to you, you men of all religious walks. Love and make it a lie. You think you can go out there and whoremonger, do this, fornication, adultery, and curse, and do all this, and think you're going to be in the kingdom. He's letting you know this is the last book up in here. He reminded you. Son, he's safari you. Give you no warning. That continue.
Verse 16, I, Yahshua, have sent my angel to testify unto you these things in the temples. I am the root and the offspring of David, and the bright and morning star. Verse 17, and the Spirit and the bride say, come, and let him that heareth say, come, and let him that is athirst come, and whosoever will, let him take the water of life freely.
Hallelujah. Here it is. I, Yahshua, have sent my malachi to testify to you these things in the congregation. I am the root of the offspring of David and the bright and morning star. That's who I am. The star of Yisrael, Yahshua.
Yep.
Not that, they're not that star. Hopefully we come to know this. And he said, and the Haruah and the bride might come. And let him that Shema Amar come. And let him that is the thirst come. And whosoever will, as messenger Daniel David said, whosoever will, Israel, it ain't just for you. What you don't get from the whole book. That strange is this, heathen, this, that. All the goees and all that, what you don't get. That's selfish, that ain't love. Right. You ain't gonna be in the kingdom. That's hating. He said he hate who he want. We just have. And whosoever will, let him take to hide my end of God freely. That's that thirst. That's that blood and fire. You're supposed to have be a thirst. That blood that's in you, that is supposed to be prudent to pour up in you and have that fire of that ruach. Yep. Praise be to the mighty God. Those were a few little nuggets. Golden nuggets.
Hallelujah.
Praise the mighty God. Let's go to Exodus. Exodus chapter 12. Exodus chapter 12. It's about saving souls, y'all. That's all.
That's all.
Doing what that our Yahweh's will has become our will. Yes. As our big brother Yahshua, he said, not his will, but your will. He didn't want to go up there. He didn't want to go on that state. But he did. He fulfilled it because we would have all been heading to the lake of fire. Yeah. Now you must choose. He said, choose you this young child, my back. He ain't us free will more. Some of you brothers say you ain't free will more. That's on you. Right. You say you ain't perfect, ain't Kadesh. That's on you. I know what is written. Right. I am all that. Perfection is getting in these barns. That's what's your perfection. The Ruach is perfect. You live in the Ruach, it's perfection. That's perfection is maturity of the mind of how to walk with Abba Yahweh and to do what he says to do. That's it. Exodus chapter 12, verses 1 to 8, and it reads.
Exodus chapter 12, verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe and Aharon in the land of Mizraim, saying, verse 2, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you.
Hallelujah. And Yahweh Amar unto Moshe and Aharon in the land of Mizraim, Amar, This month shall be unto you the high bearership of month. It shall be the first month of the year to you. He didn't say no happy new year. He said it's the first months of his thing. He didn't say, you know, some years where you got to step up. What did he say? He said the first month of the year to you. He didn't say happy new year. Step it up. He ain't calling a day sunset to sunset. No, even in the evening. He said, come and holler and shock to him on the Layil. Why wouldn't you? He done brought you through a year, a Shabbat, you know, a yearly Shabbat. You could be, like you say, a Thurs, right into the gym to get this strengthening and help and it's a half. You have left your first love. That's all about, you ain't got this blood and fire. You're going to let your flesh quench. Praise be to the mighty Yah. Continue.
Verse 3. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Yisrael, saying, in the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house.
This was all the shadow to come. This was representing Yahshua, the lamb.
Yes, sir.
That's all it is. It was without spot. He was perfect. He was the perfect sacrifice. No more need of bulls and goats. Praise the mighty. He did it once and once for all. You ain't got to go back. You resign, you mess up, you say, "Brother God, you just repent and confess. Say, I'm wrong, Daddy, Yahweh. Because if that's your daddy, you're going to want to please him."
Right.
Continue.
Verse 4. And if the household be too small, too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Verse 5. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats.
He letting you know. You know, without blemish. This is just this representing Yeshua to come. Had to be perfect. Continue.
Verse 6. And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Yisrael shall kill it in the evening.
What? What that say? You should Shema in until the 14th now of the same month. And the whole congregation of the congregation of Yisrael shall move it in the evening. I don't see no sunset. It's the evening. The world knows that the day starts in the evening. The evening news, this and that. And he's saying, yeah, you know, he can't cause you out of this they have to be entangled so deep on the news where that's, you talk about that more than heavenly kingdom thing. He said, I have freed you from the entanglement. You want to run back to it? You're supposed to get something, you have SABBATH to watch it so you can see these events of old. But you talk about that like ain't no Elohim. You talk about the mess, but more than about Ra. He never did want us to take that, to have, to each his own. He'll move you from it, hopefully if you surrender to the Ruach. Yeah, you talk about that because why? You're around most of the people of the world. That's what they talk about. And our so-called Christians, they so entangled in it because why? They serving their daddy to death, bottom line. Sunday, sun worship. That he got them so deceived and they thinking, yeah, he gonna have mercy on who he want. I ain't taking no chance. He gave me this Musa book from Genesis to Revelation. I know my walk. I can say I will be in the kingdom as long as I stay in the Ruach, live in the Ruach. That's it. You know, your shoulders are expecting it. Throughout this book, those that left the faith, they worse off. He said it's rather for you not to have known of them than you to go back into the world. The hostile gonna kick you around. You came back to me? Okay. Bam, bam, bam. Continue.
Verse 7. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door posts of the houses wherein they shall eat it. Verse 8. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it.
Hallelujah. Yeah, took the dam, that's the covering of the blood, that's the covering. And the fire that Ruach came over to stop that death angel. And then, like I say, he having them bitter herbs and all that because he wanted them to know, you, hey, I'm blessing you, and unlike them, Unleavened leaven is just compared to hata'ah. You gotta get that leaven out. So you got to come unleavened. You know, get it out, get it out. That's it. It's time. It's time to know that this hata'ah pass over you by the covering of the blood and the fire, the ruach. Praise the mighty God. When you finish that, go ahead and skip down to verses 11 to 24 and it reads.
Exodus chapter 12, verse 11. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. And ye shall eat it in haste. It is Yahweh's Passover.
Praise the mighty. And thus shall you eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. And you shall eat it in haste. It is Yahweh's Passover. He just having you have this. It ain't, you know, pro-Israel thing, you supposed to have staff. They had to get up out of there.
Right.
Yeah, they told you to be ready. Y'all ain't playing.
Right.
Y'all ain't playing. When he tell you something, you got to do it. Or you a rebel. That's just that you against it. Continue.
Verse 12. For I will pass through the land of Mizraim this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Mizraim, both man and beast, and against all the Elohims of Mizraim I will execute judgment. I am Yahweh. Verse 13. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Mizraim.
I like today, you know, it was some hard-headed, stiff-necked years right here. I ain't gonna do that.
They died.
They died.
Yes, they did.
They moved. Yeah. You know, and he knows it was lost to us that we are trying earnestly to keep it. You know, some may have a week ahead, week after. He knows.
Okay.
You know, he knows you're trying.
Hallelujah.
You're honoring him.
Hallelujah. That's right.
It was lost to us. Praise the mighty God. So stop criticizing them, thinking you got it. Got you on point. You didn't know nothing at one time. Still don't know nothing. Continue.
Verse 14. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to Yahweh throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever.
Hallelujah.
Ever.
And this Yom shall be unto you a memorial, and you shall shema it a keg to Yahweh throughout your generation.
Yeah.
You shall shema it a keg by ordinance forever.
Hallelujah.
He didn't
Yes.
say, hey, when you going to land in captivity, you ain't got to keep it anymore. He told you, keep it while you're in captivity and it go well with you. So that's for pro-Israel, saying, we ain't in the land, we ain't got Kohanim. That's you. You don't want to be a Kohanim. He anointed and appointed me. Once you read this, you're a Kohanim. All of us are.
Right.
It's in our DNA. That's our heritage. We will all teach. Everybody can't be up at the same time, but when you minister to your family, friends, and strangers, you're a Kohanim. That's it. Praise be to the mighty. That's you. Like I said, that's between you and Yah. You want to be disobedient like I answered. You're going to stay stuck and dumb. Continue.
Verse 15. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Yisrael.
Praise mighty God. He was putting you on the count then.
Yeah.
Now he's talking about spiritual. You're going to be cut off into the lake of fire. That's what he's talking about now. He's saying yesterday, he just took it higher. Yesterday, today, and forever. Now you'll be cut off, keep breaking his laws, statutes, and commandments and ordinance. You're going to be in and find yourself waking up, coming out of the resurrection of the bad, hot hotel. You know, because you were disobedient. Continue. You ain't a child ahead.
Verse 16. And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation. And in the 7th day there shall be an holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you.
That's it. You know, it's a feast. So he prepared his food, you know, at his place of worship. And that's what it is. You know, and it's a holy convocation. No man our work done. Don't man have no excuses. You know, I couldn't get off. But hey, if you've been in the truth, you should have been out of it. If you've been in it sometime, you supposed to ask your Abba. He would have took you out. But you in your flesh, disobedient. And then looking at somebody else when they walk. Keep your eyes on yourself. That's what it is. You keep your eyes on yourself, keep yourself, and, you know, check that flesh for you can have y'all's best. Yeah. You look at yourself, you won't have time to look at nobody.
Hallelujah.
You only look at them to edify them to help them better in this walk. Yes. I said, not pulling them down, that's the devil, your daddy. Continue.
Verse 17, and ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Mizraim. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever.
Command is SABBATH forever. This is we in practice for the kingdom. It's going to be keeping Yahshua going, sit down that table and spread it out. I had a brother at work, he said, I like chicken. You going to have chicken? I said, man, they black folks, they going to have chicken, hot sauce, and greens, everything. That's the best you could have. He wants the best now. You see that good food, about to cook up some good food? Yes, where I is creative. Everything. The most beautiful, creative people on the earth. Just a lot of us just sleep. But it's our duty to spark up that damn in him. Get that damn blowing hot with fire. The barn, this ruach, this is spirit. Continue.
In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at evening, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at evening.
At what?
At evening.
I don't see sunset, the sunset. Show it to me. I go worship the sun then. Show it to me. Who report you going to receive? Yahweh or Adar? I don't care what no Adar. Like I say, Adar means man, woman, and child. Hey, there it is, Yahweh. I ain't trying to hear it. If it don't line upon line, precept upon precept, from Genesis to Revelation, you can keep that. Because he said, already destroyed the devil through you all with his department. Fire! That's what it is. It covering my head, Yeshua's damn, and the words of fire. Ruach, stir up that Ruach, he said. It's like fire wrapped up in my blood. Can't leave it enough. And you know, though we may try, if you ain't left your first love, that Ruach gonna stand, gonna get that blood, the prudent boiling, and that fire, you're gonna be like, whoa. Hey, let me did you finish that? No, go ahead.
Verse 19. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Yisrael, whether he be a stranger or born in the land.
Whether he be a what?
A stranger.
Come on now, Israel, pro Israel. What you gonna get? You call yourself a Torah believing person? What you gonna get? Huh? Shame on you. Thus says Yahweh. That's you. You can ignore it all. Either you don't understand it, or you just plain dumb ignoring it. He calls you that foolish, dumb brute. That's what he calls you. Continue.
Verse 20. You shall eat nothing leavened in all your habitations. You shall not eat nothing leavened. In all your habitations shall ye eat unleavened bread. Verse 21. Then Moshe called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, draw out and take you a lamb according to your families and kill the Passover. Verse 22. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the two side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning.
And you know, just like they nosy Israel had to go peek out to see, and whoop, they were dead. You know, just like today. When you come into Yah, you don't run and see no mess. Yeah, that's, you know, that's sleeping Yisrael. Y'all got us from that. You know, Yisrael had, some of them had to go be nosy. Just like today. Continue.
Verse 23. For Yahweh will pass through to smite the Mizraims, and when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the 2 side posts. Yahweh will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you. Verse 24. And ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever.
Forever. Eternity. There's no end to Yah. And then like he said, he would not suffer the destroyer to come into your body to smite. That's Hasatan. He had to take his wing of protection on any other body, just like today. You be disobedient. He had shown you a little something on you, have a little mercy on you, have hanging on you, but he taking it slowly away because you're disobedient. You're not obeying him. He said, my children hear my voice.
Hallelujah.
So become that Zakah. He compares the physical to the spiritual. Like we was born into this physical as a Zakah. Now when we are submerged, we are born into a spiritual Zakah forever. He compares our earthly fathers and mothers or guardian, whoever brought you up, to him. You know, to him. It's an eternal marriage. He's married to us. He said, oh, whoring old Yisrael, y'all some hoes, but I still love you. He even had a Nabi marry a hooker to show his principle of the physical and the spiritual. How much I have you, no matter how dirty you are. He said, I clean you up. You can stand. And that fire, the Ruach. Praise the mighty Yah. We finished that.
Yes.
Let me go. It goes something of the blood. Let's go to Genesis chapter 4. He got me to give you some examples of blood and fire. So let's go to Genesis chapter 4. Y'all come to shake it up. Say, add on to my raw head. That's what we did. We built it on the foundation of our raw. What a y'all man. He left out his mantle. Now we picked it up and pasted ourselves. This walk. God is adding on, but we wholly following him. No matter what no other say. You can skip that. We ain't trying to hit. We got our armor on. We know the wiles of the devil and ways of man. Bring it on, devil. We love haters. Because if you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing Yah right. Hallelujah. Let's go to Genesis chapter 4, verses 10 to 11, and it reads, this is an example of blood. You need the blood.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 10. And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. Verse 11. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand.
That's it, see? It's kind of blood. It cries out for it. That's, he letting you know, you need the covering of the blood. But there's some destructive people, they took the cow out of it, but that fire that was in that blood, that ruach, even as he moved, it was hollering out. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to Genesis chapter 9. Genesis chapter 9. This is exactly what the blood. Genesis chapter 9. Genesis chapter 9, verses 4 to 6. Praise the mighty Yah for revelation knowledge from Genesis to Revelation. This present age.
It's good. Genesis chapter 9, verse 4. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat.
We were just speaking about that. Continue.
Verse 5. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it. And at the hand of man, at the hand of every man's brother, will I require the life of man. Verse 6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of Elohim made he man.
Praise the mighty Yah. And then he said, but flesh with the high cow thereof, which is the Hadam, therefore shall you not eat, because it's kind of blood. That's life. And surely your dam of your kaya will I require at the end of every beast. We ain't nothing but a beast. You're a brute beast if you ain't taming that brute beast with the bombs of Yahweh. That's how you tame it. Every beast without crying, and at the hand of Adam, and at the hand of every Adam's arm, without regard the cow of Adam. The blood. You be this, you this, that cover, you ain't got that blood covering of Yahshua. It's gonna be taken away from you in the lake of fire. That's what he's going to do you at. Let's go to Genesis chapter 37. Genesis chapter 37. Praises be to the Abba Yahweh. Genesis chapter 37. Genesis chapter 37. This whole book is good. You don't open your silly love book or novel in the middle of the book, you'll be lost. You'll be so upset. You open that book and read it from the beginning to the end. Fall in love with a fairy tale thing. You better read this book before you move. This is the book you need to be picking up. Genesis 37, verse 22, and then read.
Genesis chapter 37, verse 22. And Reuben said unto them, shed no blood, but cast him into this pit that is in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hands, to deliver him to his father again.
Hallelujah. See, this is the physical and spiritual part of this damn here. Check it out. And Reuben among to them, shed no dam, but cast him into this pit that is in the wilderness, and laid no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hand, deliver him to his Abba again. This is physical and spiritual. They were going to bring him back to his physical daddy, and put him in the wilderness. That's what we are, coming out of the wilderness of this pain, this world, to be what? To deliver to him, to our Abba again. Abba Yahweh. Praise the Lord. It's the blood, the precious blood you must have. Skip down to verse 26.
Verse 26. And Yehuda said unto his brethren, what profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood?
Praise the mighty Yah. Like I say, this is physical and spiritual. He said, Yehuda man to his ark. What profit is it if we slay, move our ark and conceal his dam? You can't hide the blood because it cries out, remember? Right. So they weren't going to get no profit with no money. And then I say, what profit if you don't know that this blood cover you? You ain't got no profit. You going to the lake of fire. They ain't going to profit you nothing. You don't come under this covering of this dam. Yahshua. Praise be to the mighty Yah. Let's go to Genesis chapter 42. Genesis chapter 42. Give an example of this dam you need. Genesis chapter 42. Genesis chapter 42 and verse 22. It's all about saving nafs, helping nafs come back to Abba Yahweh. That's all. It ain't about us. If you ain't edifying our brothers and sisters, shut up. Because those that got that whole armor on, bring it on. He said, utterly destroy you. Because you got to rock up your daddy Yahceph. So he said, utterly, you read through this book, he said, utterly destroy them with his bomb, which is fire. The Ruach, baby. 42 and verse 22, and it reads.
Genesis chapter 42, verse 22. And Reuben answered them, saying, spake I not unto you, saying, do not sin against the child, and ye would not hear. Therefore, behold, his blood is required.
Hallelujah. And we bang him, Amar, them, Amar. I not unto you, Amar, do not hatatah against the Hazakah. You would not Shema. Therefore, behold, also his dam is required of you. This is the blood, the covenant. If you don't speak these bombs to people, you're not letting them cover with our, Yeshua's dam. So your blood is gonna be required. If we are to hide and warn them, then it's off our hands. Baby. It's all right. It's what they gonna do with it after that. Those are age 20 and up. What they do with it, that's on them. We don't have to worry about no about their blood being on our hands.
Yes, sir.
Because that's the calf in the dam. Praise the mighty God. Now let's do some examples of fire. That ruah. Let's go to Genesis chapter 19. God wants us to get it. Be ready, equipped to be that lion of Yahuwah, bold. Say, boldly come to the throne. And you have not because you ask not. Ain't no cowards, punk. This is the boot camp.
That's right.
For man, woman, and zakah.
Soldiers. Yeah.
Bringing them up. We got to stand against this devil. That's all we got to do is stand on each of arms. It's done. He's a defeated foe, and he's so dumb. He deceived his own self. Like he got some of you out there deceiving yourself. You gonna let somebody convince you not to be at one of y'all's festival days, yearly self. You waited all year for this. And then here's the point. You listening to the Bara, the created, than the creator. And you know, that's sad. Sad. And you ain't got no backbone, man.
Amen.
Man on woman. Man, when I say man, that's covering mankind. Man, woman, and child. So these brothers don't get it twisted when I say man. You know, you read, right? Haven't you not read? Okay. Genesis chapter 19, the fire. Genesis chapter 19. Bring it out, y'all. Genesis 19, verse 24, and it reads.
Genesis chapter 19,
Fire!
verse 24. Then Yahweh rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from Yahweh out of heaven.
That fire. He said, like I say, it's physical and it's spiritual, baby. He was so wicked. That's what he would do. He'd take that lamb, that cow away from him, and rain down and killed him. To get what? Hata'ah out of it. Get that leaven out. And you know, most of the people know him as Jesus, Yahshua, because you think about it, when this book was written, there was no letter J. It can't be Jesus or Jehovah. They could consider what was his name. But you're stuck in your comfort zone. Y'all come to check it out. The one y'all know, Jesus, Yeshua, he said, I come to stir it up. That's that blood, that fire. I put man, father against son, mother against daughter. Shake it up. That's what we here to do. Do our Abba's will. From Genesis to Revelation. That's on you. You, those who trying to hold it down with, that's why you're lost in the fog, dog. Because you without him. Because you're giving up the instructional book. So the old just sets you up, the do's and don'ts, what to do, so you can be ready for the new. Because the new is final, baby. Ain't no cursing, ain't none of this, ain't none of that. And those, and they be there, Torah-based don't believe in the new, he said you lost. You need to have the Father nor the Son. So unless you repent and come back to him, he ain't old. He said he come in the whole volume book. He had it in Psalms for you new Torah believers, and he had it in Ibryi for you the New Testament believers. Let you know, I come in the whole volume of the book, not half. That's why they don't want you to know who these true chosen people, the tribe of Yahudah, that go up Yahudah, Israel. That's us.
Right.
As our Raw said, so-called people that are like me and you, of dark complexion. That's who it is. It was given us to teach the world.
Right.
But he's getting us one by one. It's all good though.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, read that 24. Go to Genesis chapter 22. Genesis chapter 22. Genesis chapter 22. Verses 6 to 7. And it reads.
Genesis chapter 22,
Fire.
verse 6. And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it upon Isaac his son. And he took the fire in his hand and a knife, and they went both of them together. Verse 7. And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father, and said, My father. And he said, Here am I, my son. And he said, Behold the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering?
Praise the mighty God. And Abraham took the wood offering and laid it upon Yisrael, his band. And he took the fire in his hand and a knife, and they went both of them together. And Yitzchak Amar to Abraham, his Abba. Amar, my Abba. And he Amar, here I am, my man. And he Amar, yo, the fire and the wood. But where's the lamb for a burnt offering? See, this is the physical to the spiritual. It was a principle here. He read, this is the oldest shadow ready to come. His Father and his only begotten. Who that sound like? Yahweh and Yahshua, right? This is it. He was gonna have the fire to burn that blood up to move him. But he was baptizing in our Yahweh. And then like he said, and this is what he said, my Abba. And he said, here I am, man. We supposed to say, my Abba, Yahweh. He said, here I am, man. Praise the mighty Yah. Holla, Yahweh.
Thank you.
Exodus chapter 3. Exodus chapter 3. Exodus chapter 3. It's about the blood and fire, Yah. That's what Pesach is about. You must have the covenant of blood, and you must have this fire to go out. You see, it was in it. Exodus chapter 3. Exodus chapter 3. Exodus chapter 3 and verse 2.
Exodus chapter 3 and verse 2. And the angel of Yahweh appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed.
Look at that. See, that fire is a cleansing too.
Yeah.
It's a cleanse you or kill. You know? So he had that even giving an example that his Malachim was in the fire, it didn't consume. Where do we hear that from? With 3 Ibryi boys in the fire? And then our big brother came in there? Because he is damn in fire.
Sure is.
He gives us that fire. We are prudent. We boiling, baby. We boiling. And he's taking us higher and higher.
Hallelujah.
Praise the mighty Yah. All praise to Yah. We just say, our Abba Yahweh.
Right. Yeah.
He ain't yours. If you ain't obeying him, he ain't yours.
Hallelujah.
He's your Bara. He's your creator. That's it. Because the children listen to him. From Genesis to Revelation, don't do nothing. Don't lean to your stinking thinking, your own understanding. What you don't believe, you ain't a believer then. If you question what's in this book, you are not up your daddy the devil. That's it. Truth be told, Yah's truth. Nothing but Yah's truth. So help us Yah. Once you come back to him. As our brother Anah gave a wonderful Psalm 93. Once you're under his shadow, wind. And what? These tits under some wind. So I wear his power in there. He said you should do this ever until he come back. And that's what we doing.
Right.
Hey, our Ra Makai and Ra Shalom, they was that 1-2 punch. She'd get the devil a gut shot on Friday, and he come and say, Yahweh say, knock you out, bam. That under the bomb, and he was defeated.
Still going.
What an honor to be under my mentor. What an honor. A Yah man. Just like all brothers throughout the book, as our big brother Dawid had to pay and lay the unction. Like Robin said, that ain't your heart to only pump blood, but it's your unctions of the heart laid. Your all in all, that fire, the ruah. Praise the mighty Yah. Exodus chapter 9. Exodus chapter 9. Exodus chapter 9. Exodus chapter 9 and verse 23 to 24. Pray, Yahweh.
Exodus chapter 9, verse 23. And Moshe stretched forth his rod toward heaven, and Yahweh sent thunder and hail, and the fire ran along upon the ground, and Yahweh rained hail upon the land of Mizraim. Verse 24. So there was hail, and fire mingled with hail, very grievous, such as there was none like it in all the land of Mizraim, since it became a nation.
Hallelujah. That's that fire. He rained down from Shemayim. And you know, it was coming to cleanse up some things. That's what that fire do. It cleans you up. You know, that's the ruah. But that he was coming to cleanse up that hata'ah, showing signs and wonders. That's what he left us with. Signs and wonders. of when he say to do it. Like the disciples, shall we rain down fire? They said that to Yahshua. He said, no, he didn't come to destroy these people.
No.
You don't approve that power. It's when Yah have you to do things.
Yeah.
Like the two witnesses, when they talk with that fire, the bombs, that spirit, that ruach, they gonna be, people gonna die. Holla Yahweh, praise the mighty Yah. Exodus chapter 13. Exodus chapter 13. It's a wonderful life. Yah had given his creation, but it's the best life. I'm living my best life.
Yes.
I ain't going back and forth with you. Ain't no debate.
Nope.
Living my best life, that's Yah. I ain't going back and forth with you. I wrestle not against flesh and damn. I stand against the devil in spiritual high places. This government, if they're against Yah, we can't render the seed away. See that? I stand for thus says Yah. Because he got us. Front, back, side. You ain't no looking back. He said you ain't worthy, you looking back. He like say, we cast all our care. His is light and easy, baby.
Sure
It's
is.
breezy, baby.
Yep.
Praise the mighty Yah. Exodus 13, verse 21. We come to do our Abba's will. That's it. Like Yahshua when he came to, as you see children coming to their knowledge and understanding, as Yahshua age 12, that mind has changed. Yahshua said, he told old mom and dad, you know what, I'm not, that I'm about my Abba's business. Some people don't see that in it. We about our Abba's business. We ain't afraid to say nothing to you all. If it's about saving your nephews from the lake of fire. Get over your emotion. I ain't got no tongues. You ain't got it. So get over it. If it hurts you really, well, that'll toughen you up. That the devil, that's what he plays with, your emotion. That's it. Exodus chapter 13, verse 21, we read.
Exodus chapter 13, verse 21. And Yahweh went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, to go by day and night.
I said, that's that fire. That fire, that was it. He letting you know, I'm blood and fire. You gotta have both of them. Gotta be covered by the dam and have that fiery ruach. That's it. To do this work, because he said, yeah, don't be afraid of the Israel faces, boy, because it makes them. If that cliche say, looks can kill, you will fall out from a stare down of the Israel, avoid it, and you're just scared. Now they all frowned up. Well, hey, we got flint, baby. You can look all you want. We ain't afraid to say what does say Yahweh to your face. You know what needed to be said. When he say talk to somebody, we doing it. Because throughout this book, when they were people pleasing, they got in trouble.
That's right.
Your tomorrow
Your tomorrow
gonna be better than today.
is going to be better than today.
Hallelujah.
Your tomorrow
Your tomorrow
gonna be better than today.
is going to be better than today.
Hallelujah.
Receive that.
Hallelujah.
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 Uh-huh.
Hallelujah. 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 I'm so glad Yahweh defend me.